Today we'll probably be discussing about two options, what we call as the core to edge and edge to core option. So typically, when we started this journey about a couple of years ago, there was a lot of discussion about doing the core first. So there was quite some understanding about how core to edge could also be done in the first place. Digitizing your core first. Core processes include finance, logistics. It's rather effort intensive. These were all the questions that were at least up for grabs when we started with the core to edge discussion. Then people started realizing that it is not so much, and when core to edge became a more difficult option, because smaller enterprises would then go over to ERPs on the cloud and those kinds of things. But that is really not an option for the larger enterprises. When the edge to core concept started evolving and moved very rapidly also within the SAP ecosystem. So what happened was the edge started getting digitized first. So what I mean by edge is processes around CRM, performance management, recruitment, learning, a part of consolidation maybe, things like this. They started getting digitized first before the core was touched. And this process already began at least about 4 years ago in the markets that we operate. And there we could see a lot of these transformation journeys already beginning to do. And we also realized that the effort was much lesser when they wanted to do with the digitization of the edge, and also connecting back to the core was although a little more complicated at the beginning, with things becoming more easier at the core, with more of the enhancement packs coming in. But still we were away from the digitized core, because the digitized core would then give you a microservices architecture, which was not possible within ECC. ECC still had a lot of limitations with that, and only so much could be done when it came to connecting SuccessFactors, for example, to ECC on-prem, or when it came to connecting C4C or any part of the Hybris ecosystem, or also things like Workday, for example. We have a lot of customers who have Workday, for example, and Blackline and those kinds of things. So that was already getting difficult. Towards the later half of the presentation, I would be discussing a use case that we went recently through, where it was a very heterogeneous landscape. So the point was the edge started getting digitized much more faster than the core, and the core took a backseat. So that is where most of the enterprises are currently there. So that is also the path most of the enterprises are taking these days. So even the ones who are now starting to go with that transformation are looking at the edge first, because those are much more quicker areas where they could be digitizing first.